Hello, my Rackin' readers. This week in reading, well, you worked on context clues. Those are your clues in the text so you can find new meanings for new words. And also this week, for the rest of the week, we are going to work on our text structure, compare, and contrast. It's nothing new, so that's why we want to keep refreshing ourselves so we remember how to compare, contrast. Compare, how are they the same? Contrast, how are things different? And we are going to read a great nonfiction text today. It is in your Reading Wonders book, this small one. So you should have that ready. We are going to be on page 290, 290. And we're also going to be in our Your Turn book, page 172. And I'm sure you're familiar with a chart like this. It's called a Venn diagram. How are things different? And the middle is how they are the same. So I'm going to screen share and we are going to read this text together and fill out our Venn diagram. 290. If you're not there yet, pause me. And away we go. Okay, let me scoot it back a little bit so we can see more of the text. Gray wolf, red fox. It's a great nonfiction text. Real stuff, okay? And remember, before we read nonfiction, we like to look at those nonfiction text features. We have photographs, and we do have a caption over here on the next page. The gray wolf and the red fox are both mammals. That's something the same, right? We also have a heading, looks are everything. So that heading is telling me that this section is probably about their appearance. Then on the next page, another text feature, we have a map. Where do they live? And our legend gives us our clue. So red is red fox only. The cream color is the gray wolf only. And the orange color is where they both live. So this map already has some things that are the same and some things that are different. Another heading, finding food. I bet we're going to learn how they eat. Caption, gray wolves prefer to live and hunt in packs. So they like to be together. And the next day, our caption or our heading day to day. So that just might be like what they do during the day. And our caption here says, the red fox hunts alone or hunts for food alone. So that is something different. Gray wolves live together. Red foxes hunt alone. We could already fill out part of our chart. But let's wait until we're on that page. Gray wolf, red fox. Did you ever see a photograph of a gray wolf or a red fox? Don't they look a lot like dogs? Aren't they fantastic looking animals? Well, dogs, foxes, and wolves are all related. They are all members of the same family. And while gray wolves and red foxes may look alike, they are different in many ways. Looks are everything. The gray wolf is the largest member or part of the wild dog family. An adult wolf is the size of a large dog. The red fox is smaller and weighs less. Both animals have excellent hearing. The red fox can even hear small animals digging holes underground. Wow. And just take a look at those beautiful tails. The gray wolf and red fox both have long, bushy tails. There's a clue word again. Both. Both. So we've got some things to put in our chart, don't we? The wolf's tail can be 2 feet long. The fox's tail is not as long, but has a bright white tip. In the winter, foxes use their thick, furry tails as protection from the cold. So we have some things here that are the same and some things that are different in this section. Our chart's kind of small, so we're going to have to add to it, I think. So let's first label it. So we have wolf, fox, and in the middle section, this section here, that's an X, is both. Okay. Wolf, fox, both. All right, so this second paragraph here, it said an adult wolf is the size of a large dog. The red fox is smaller. Both animals have excellent hearing. So we've got something different The adult wolf is the size of a large dog. So I'm, instead of writing huge long sentences, I'm just going to put bullet points. Size of a large dog. And the fox, it says smaller, weighs less. Whoops. You don't have to stay in the circle. All right. And then what did it say for both? Excellent hearing. Great. Is more gray and brown. So that word, however, that tells us that there's something different. What do they both have? Thick fur. Red fox have red. Gray fox are usually gray and brown. Hence their name, red fox, gray wolf. Okay, so the wolf, gray, brown fur. The red fox has red fur. Hello. And what did it say for both? Thick fur. Now you might be out of space, and that's fine. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. So instead of drawing more circles, because those can be hard to draw, we're just going to draw boxes. So we're going to keep this fox, this both, and this for the wolf. Okay. Okay. So again, if you got caught up, pause me. And then we're going to read about them finding food. So I'll read without showing you my book to let you catch up. So if you're still writing, just make sure you're listening too. Gray wolves and red foxes live in many different habitats. They live in forests, deserts, woodlands, and grasslands. But as more people build roads and shopping centers, both animals have lost their homes. The red fox has adapted well or made changes to fit its environment. Now more foxes make their homes close to towns and parks. Wolves, however, that's a clue where that it's different, stay far away from towns and people. Okay, so foxes make their homes close to towns. Wolves stay far away. But what's both? Both animals have lost their homes. Okay, so wolves stay away from, what did it say? Towns. Both have lost their homes, and foxes live near towns. Again, we balance it out. Talked about towns, or talked about where they live, talked about where they live. Rewrite that. All right. All right, in our last paragraph there, foxes and wolves are not in competition for food. They have different diets. Different. Red foxes prefer to hunt alone and eat small birds, small animals, birds, and fish. They also like to raid garbage cans and campsites for food. No, thank you. Wolves work together in packs or groups to hunt large animals such as moose and deer. So we kind of saw that when we were looking at our captions. Gray wolves prefer to live and hunt in packs. The red fox hunts for food alone. So it says, we don't have anything for both, right? Red foxes prefer to hunt alone, and wolves work together in packs. And you can add what they eat if you want. Hunt in packs, hunt alone. And we didn't have any in that section for both, and that's okay. But we do want to balance each side out. Day to day. Okay. Wolves live in packs of 4 to 7. They do almost everything together. They hunt, travel, and choose safe places to set up dens for shelter. Foxes, on the other hand, like to live alone. So we already got that fact on our chart. They usually sleep in the open or find an empty rabbit hole to call home. Oh, I bet that rabbit wouldn't be very happy to see that fox. Both, signal word, wolves and foxes communicate by barking and growling. The gray wolf also howls to alert or warn other wolves when there is danger nearby. The red fox signals in a different way. It waves its tail in the air to caution other foxes. Okay, what's the same? They both communicate by barking and growling. Different, the gray wolf howls to alert, the red fox waves his tail. Okay, so the wolf howls to warn, and what's both bark and growl, and the fox waves tail to warn. And when you're taking notes and you're just writing down bullet points, you don't have to write in complete sentences. It's not always the case. Okay. And last paragraph. The gray wolf and red fox are members of the same family and have many things in common, but they really are two different animals. They sure are two different animals. We got tons of facts. We got lots of facts just from those 3 little pages. Look at all the stuff we learned about wolves and foxes. So something you might want to do right now is research. You might want to research red foxes and gray wolves, and then you could add to your chart. And you certainly can teach mom and dad or whoever's at dinner about wolves and foxes that they might not know. So again, this week we're working on the text structure, how our author is building our text structure of compare and contrast. Compare, how they are the same, and contrast, how are things different. We'll be working on that all week, and we're going to read another great nonfiction text later on, and you'll have your trifold. So just remember, when you compare, contrast, comparing is the same, contrasting, you are finding differences. And there's lots of different signal words that we didn't talk about at the beginning of the lesson, which I should have, to show the differences, like the word both. That shows how they are the same. And the word differences, we see the word but, not that kind of but. Regular, B-U-T, or the word however. Those are great clue words to show differences. And I hope you enjoyed the story, and we will read more nonfiction